Happy Dinger Tuesday. I freaking suck. But let's talk some more baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven, and I don't know what to tell you. I'm struggling with the MLB bets. This is the sport I know the most about, but it does not mean anything when it comes to betting. That's for sure. We had a 1-3 night. We will recap it in a bit. We lost on the hook twice. That's just the life of baseball betting for me. It seems like this season so far, but again, we have a crap load of games left. But before we get into all that, today is Dinger Tuesday. That's right, baby. We have a $20 winner again. But before we explain the rules, just real quick, we will have a pretty cool prize for next week's Dinger Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be pretty awesome. So if you're new to the channel, though, in order to win the Dinger Tuesday contest, you got to leave a comment below with the person you think is going to hit a home run today. But in order to be eligible, you must include the odds and the sports book that you found it. And then if we have a tie, it'll go to the higher odds, obviously. Plus 500 beats plus 200, so on and so on. If we have a tie with the same odds, we go to the longest home run hit, which we did last week before. I don't know. The days are running together, but someone won by 1 foot. But if we somehow still have a tie with two guys of the same player, no matter what the odds are, we're going to have a Wednesday showdown. So anyways, go join that. Go get a winner. We do not have a multiple winner yet, just a bunch of one-time winners. So anyways, we got a 15-game slate to get into. And before we get into the fun fact and everything, I'm going to let you know I need a mental break from baseball betting a little bit tonight. And so what's going to happen today is I'm going to give you all the info that you need. I'm still going to have those hitter parlay ideas and everything, but I'm not going to have any best bets tonight. I'm just mentally drained from baseball. I will more than likely add a couple bets in the morning on the pinned comments, but I don't want to force out anything when I'm just not in the right state. And I always recommend to you guys, if you guys are struggling with betting or anything like that, taking some mental breaks is not a bad idea at all. To kind of reset and all that. If sports become not fun or anything like that when you're watching because of gambling, then I would recommend taking a break. But anyways, you're going to get all the info that you need still, so it's going to be fine, and I'll have added bets in the morning. But here we go. I got the baseball fun fact. So on August 17th, 1957, Richie Ashburn of the Phillies hit a spectator in the crowd named Alice Roth with a foul ball, breaking her nose. Okay. As she was being carried off on a stretcher, Ashburn hit her again with another foul ball. I believe it was the next pitch, breaking a bone in her knee. Hey, the internet says it. It's got to be true. And by the way, the odds of being hit by a baseball are 300,000 to 1, apparently. No idea who made that number up. And story has it, he visited her in the hospital, and they stayed in touch for a very long time after that. I don't even know what to say. That I just can't imagine, but it's all over. So it's got to be true, right? So anyway, she got hit twice and broke 2 different bones. That's a rough day. But anyways, we're going to recap yesterday, the 1-3 day, yet again, just struggling right now. And then the good hitter matchups, the good pitcher strikeout matchups. I'm going to give you that full pitcher report. And like I said, there will be no official bets on the video tonight, so I can get that mental break because baseball is beating me down. But I will have the hitter parlay ideas to finish it, and then that's the end of it. So hit that like button, leave a comment below. I just want to say thank you to everyone for the support during this cold stretch. It's been rough, but you guys are there. And if you are new, there is a ton to this channel where you can go get winners. There are people messaging me every day, even when I have bad betting days, that are saying, hey, thanks for the info. I got this winner, hitter parlays, whatever it is. There's a ton of info. So hopefully you guys are getting that out of it and at least learning if you are new to baseball as well. But if you're new, hit that subscribe button as we're on our way to 26,000 subscribers. I am done rambling. Let's check out the bets recap. All right, there it is. Another frustrating day. 1-3 in the MLB. I don't know what to tell you guys. Let's go over this real quick though. Team total parlay. I'm really mad at myself because I like the Phillies team total over the first 5 in the full game. That's what I liked all night. And then I decided to pair it and do an alt line team total with the Braves, who decided to score 2. I took them down to 4.5 to 2.5 and still got hooked. They let Reese's Pieces throw an absolute gem against them. It was brutal. David Peterson under 4.5 Ks, just a bad read. He had 6 Ks in his first 3 starts combined. Today, or yesterday, he had 6 Ks against the Rangers. I saw one of the Ks, Adolis Garcia, just swinging at 92-mile-an-hour fastballs down the middle and whiffing. He has looked horrendous. He is almost hitting 200 now. That lineup is terrible. And then we got the winner, the hitter parlay, which we've caught some bad luck lately. I knew we were due for good luck, and sure enough, Brian Reynolds, Marcell Ozuna, 1 hit in their first at-bat, and that was an easy cash. And this fourth one hurt too. Sonny Gray, 0 Ks through 3 innings. I don't even understand it. His K line was 6.5, juiced to the over. We take it all the way down to 5, and guess what? We get hooked again with another alt line. Cardinals money line, they ended up winning in extras innings. It was crazy, but Sonny Gray 4K, so it didn't work. So, anyways, there it is. I suck. That's just all it is to it. But I want to make sure you guys still follow all the info because there's going to be a ton of research help every single day given out. Obviously, I would tread carefully tailing me right now, but I know we're going to turn it around. I still have confidence. But that's where we're at. So that's the overall record and all the breakdown of everything. Now let's get to the good hitter matchups. All right, we got 23 good hitter matchups for you. That's right, we got 2 pages of people. So for you guys that like to see all the hitter matchups, this is your day. On the top left is the most at bats, and it's not even close. The veteran Charlie Blackmon has batted or has hit 50 times against Walker Buehler, 18 for 50, 7 extra base hits, and 2 home runs off of him. Pretty impressive. And then Tim Anderson, who just hasn't been very good this year. His career is kind of going down the drain, but he is 7 for 19 against Lance Lynn. So on and so on. We got the lefty or the switch hitter right there, Adley Rutschman, the youngster, 8 for 15 with an extra base hit versus Nasty Nestor. Peralta 6 for 12. Freddie Freeman, how about 6 for 11 with a couple bombs versus Austin Gomber. And then over there on the right, as you see, it gets to only 9, 8 at bats, things like that. But we got some good matchups like Tyler Stevenson, 5 for 8 with 2 extra base hits against Bailey Falter. But that's page 1. Take a screenshot. Hopefully, helps you get some winners. And let's check out page 2 now. We only got 5 more. The guy who is voted the most overrated player in the MLB, Jazz Chisholm, 4 for 6 with 1 home run versus Lance Lynn. Steer 4 for 6, and then the rest are all 3 for 6. So those are all the matchups for Tuesday, June 18th. And now let's talk some arms. All right, we got 2 good pitcher strikeout matchups for you today. First, we start out with the lefty in Cincinnati, Nick Lodolo at the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates' 5th highest K percentage versus lefties at almost 25%. And there's Lodolo's number, a little over 1K per inning. Let's talk some notes real quick. The good thing, he has a higher K rate on the road, and it's not even close. It is a smaller sample size, but still 30.9% on the road to 22.1. As you can see, he is at Pittsburgh in this one. But he also has reverse splits, which I thought was interesting. 26.4% K rate versus right-handed hitters, opposed to 22.4% versus lefties, which is a little different because he is a lefty. You'd think he'd strike more lefties out. But Pittsburgh, they had 9 righties in the lineup versus their last left-handed pitcher they faced. So I think he's going to have a lot of chances here. 2 of those righties were actually switch hitters, just hitting righty. I'm going to assume they're going to hit righty again. But anyways, that's Lodolo. The second one, Pablo Escobar Lopez versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays 4th highest K percentage versus righties at a little over 25%, and Lopez 84 and 76 innings. But here's what I'm going to say about Pablo Lopez, because you're going to see a lot of negativity on the notes of him. Tread carefully. Again, when I give these best pitcher strikeout matchups, I'm going over with a guy who strikes out a lot of hitters over the course of the season against a team that's striking out a lot. But there are also some notes, just so you guys know. The K's have dipped recently with Lopez. He has 6 or less strikeouts in 6 straight starts. Doesn't mean he's going to get it again, but I just want to let you guys know he also has 5 Ks or less in 4 of his last 6. His home K rate is lower at 25% compared to 27.5%. It's not a huge difference, but it's a decent amount at this part of the season. He is going to be at home in this one. But it also might be a good buy low spot against the Rays, who have been striking out quite a bit lately. So that's all the info. I know it seems contradictive, but it's just me giving you all the info so I can paint the entire picture for you. So those are the 2 good pitcher strikeout matchups. And now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, here are the first 8 matchups of the day. And as you can see down there, you have a Baltimore Orioles, New York Yankees showdown in the AL East. 2 of the best teams in the American League and the entire league. With Albert Suarez going up against Nasty Nestor Cortez. That should be a good series and fun to watch, kind of like that Phillies-Orioles series was. But then we got Tanner Houck of the Red Sox, who's just been pitching really well, like we've talked about, going up against Bassett Hound, who's been a little bit better at home. But he's still put up decent numbers, gives up a decent amount of hits. But there should be some runs in Atlanta. But you know what? I said that yesterday, and look what we got. But Schwellenbach, Rowan Gardner versus Casey Mize, 2 guys that have just been getting hit around. Casey Mize giving up 10.5 hits per 9. They both have a low K rate, even though Schwellenbach is only on 15.2 innings, all these stats. But other than that, Bryce Miller of the Mariners, as most Mariner pitchers have done, he is limiting hits. It is unbelievable. He has the lowest hits per 9 on this page, 6.2 hits per 9 innings, going up against Steven Kwan, the stud of the Guardians in that offense. That should be an interesting matchup to see what gives there. But We already talked about Lodolo, and then the veteran up there, Lance Lynn, is throwing, who's been decent this year and really surprising to me, to be honest with you. But all the averages are on the bottom if you're new to this, so you have something to compare it to. And that is page one. Let's go check out page two. All right, here are the last 7 matchups now. We got Pablo Lopez up there. We've talked about it. He's been struggling. 5.33 ERA. He is due for some negative regression, as you see by that 3.5 expected ERA. K numbers are going down a little bit, like we mentioned, but he's still not walking a lot of guys and about average on hits. Justin Steele kind of coming into form, the lefty for the Cubs. 3.05 expected ERA, a little above average on the K rate now. Going up against Logan Webb, just steady Eddie is what Logan Webb is. Average K rate, low ERA, low walks, all that kind of good stuff like he usually does. And Luis Severino having a quiet, good year, honestly. A 3.12 ERA. You see his expected low as well. Not missing as many bats as he used to when he pitched for the Yankees, but still having a good season. And then two guys that are giving up a ton of hits. Walker Buehler just hasn't found his form yet, which is understandable. He was injured for like 10 years, it seemed like. But giving up 10.6 hits per 9 inning, and right above him is the youngster, the rookie, Jonathan Cannon, giving up 10.3 hits per 9 inning. So we got a lot of kind of average to low K guys on this one. As you can see, Severino, Lorenzen, Buehler, Austin Gomber, the lefty, Canning. And then down there at the bottom, we got Alec Marsh, who's kind of been hit and miss. He's had some really good starts and then also has not had some good ones. And then he's going up against Hogan Harris of the A's. So those are all the matchups we have for you for June 18th. And now let's talk those hitter parlay ideas. All right, because I'm not giving any bets out in this video, I need a little mental break tonight. Don't want to force anything out. I had a little more time to dig into hitter parlay ideas for you guys, so I have 8 of them for you as we finish the video. So here we go. First one, Adley Rutschman. We already talked about it a little bit earlier. He is 8 for 15 off Nasty Nestor. He is hitting a ridiculous 420 off of lefties this year. He's also hitting better on the road, 321. He will be on the road. He's hitting 289 on the season. Second one, a guy who just helped us cash a bet, Brian Reynolds of the Pirates, 15 game hitting streak. He's also hitting a little better versus lefties, 275 versus 264, not a big difference. He has 2+ hits in 3 of his last 4 games and 5 of his last 10. He's facing Nick Lodolo, who's been pretty decent, 47 hits in 58.1 innings. So it's not like he has just some unbelievable matchup, but he's just been on an absolute tear lately. And then Heliot Ramos, guys, we talked about it yesterday, rinse and repeat. The most total bases in the MLB in the last 15 days, hitting 396 in the last 15 days, hitting 326 on the season. He now has 2 or more hits, as he just got another one, in 4 straight games and 7 of his last 10 games. Ramos, 2+ hits might be an option. He is facing lefty Justin Steele. He is hitting 438 off of lefties this year. Steele has given up 42 hits in 50.1 innings. The fourth one, Rafael Devers of the Boston Red Sox, 3 for 8 with 2 bombs off of Chris Bassett Hound, like we already talked about earlier. He's also hitting better versus righties slightly, 288 compared to 273 versus lefties. And he's hitting better on the road, 295 compared to 271 at home. He has 1+ hit in 12 of his last 15 games. The fifth one, this is the given every day. Marcell Ozuna, our man. He's facing Casey Mize. We already know how good Ozuna is, but Casey Mize is one of the most hittable starting pitchers on the slate today, giving up 10 hits per 9 innings. And Ozuna, like we talk about all the time, he is now hitting 347 at home this season. He is 11 for his last 28. Sixth one that I really like, Carlos Correa, 1+ hit for the Twins. He is hitting a ridiculous 556 the last 7 days with 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. That's not even like a joke. When you see those numbers, someone hitting 556 in a week in the MLB, it's insane. 308 now on the season. His average is skyrocketed. He is on an 8-game hitting streak. He has 2+ hits in 6 of 8 games. Some of these guys are some good 2+ hit options, not going to lie, or over 1.5 bases. He's also facing Aaron Savali, one of the more hittable pitchers on the slate today. He's given up 77 hits and 72.2 innings. Speaking of the Twins facing Savali, let's throw another Twinkie in there. Royce Lewis, 1+ hit, hitting 450 the last 7 days, 8-game hitting streak. He's also facing Aaron Savali, who we already talked about, is a very hittable pitcher. Lewis has not played that much this season, but since his injury and since he came back, he's just been on fire. So that's another one. And then we end with a little under the radar one that I just made fun of earlier, saying his career is going down the drain, but he is hitting better lately. And if you want just kind of an outside shot, maybe get some good odds on somebody, I'm going to throw this one in there too. Again, I'm not just trying to give you, only Shohei Ohtani and just the elite of the elite. I want to try to give you as many as I can. But in the last 7 days, he's now hitting 414. So maybe he's starting to break out of that slump. He was a good hitter earlier in his career, that's for sure. He is 7 for 19 off Lance Lynn, as you saw in the good hitter matchups. Overall this season, he's hitting 222. But like I said, maybe he is breaking out of his slump. But he does have 2+ hits now in 5 of his last 7 games. So that's what I got for you. It was nice to have a little more time to dig into these a little bit more, since I'm going to take a mental break with the bets for this video tonight. But those are my 8 hitter parlay ideas. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun talking baseball. We just got to get those bets turned around. But anyways, I hope you guys all have a great Tuesday, and we'll talk to you soon.